Okay, so I was digging a little bit into the world of outdoor security cameras, and especially on YouTube, where there is an infinite number of people seeking an infinite number of cameras. And truth is, it's a bit overwhelming, since you come in looking for a specific thing, but then you come out not even knowing what to go for. What options are truly the most important ones to look out for? Say you were trying to get an outdoor security camera for your cottage or farm, or even construction site. What are the key aspects that you need to look out for when purchasing one? In an ideal world, we would want our camera to be quick and easy to install. We want it to be practical, like it can work anywhere and without wires. Maybe throw in a solar panel for longer battery life. Oh, and maybe also make it so that you don't need Wi-Fi to operate it. Just LTE, will suffice. Something like the VOSKER VKX. Now bear with me, I am genuinely impressed because like I said, it's wireless and works on cellular connection. Just look at it. It looks like you turned a Hummer car into a camera. It's got that buff build that just tells you I can withstand anything you throw at me. So before diving deeper a little bit into the features of this camera, let's see what you would get right off the box. Right off the box, of course, we would be getting the camera itself like so, with its solar panel and its antenna already mounted. We would be getting the battery that we will put inside. I'll show you later on how it works, and the charging cable, very important to charge your battery before mounting it. It's very important that your battery is 100% full before even setting up the camera. Also, we've got this 360-degree swivel with a tilting arm right here to hold the directions for your camera. We have a flat mounting plate with some extra screws to attach it to any surface you'd like. And then also we have an option of a wood screw, so we can replace this one right here and then screw this into a tree. So if you want to mount it on a tree, you can do that as well. And lastly, of course, we got 2 stickers that you can just, put them on the doorstep of your project or anything just to say that you're protected by VOSKER. And basically that's all you get. So while we're mounting this camera all together, I just want to say that really the first feel that you get in your hands is definitely insane. It just, you can already feel that this camera is done with very strong materials, and it definitely sets itself apart from the other cameras that you see in the market. At least from the research I've done, most of them are really done with a certain type of soft plastic. So this one, it feels way more sturdy, way more durable. So I just really like the first-hand feel and the touch that you get out of this camera. It almost feels like you can slap someone's head with it and kill someone, honestly. It's really, really sturdy and it can last long, So yeah, while we're at it, let's talk about the features of this camera, what it holds, okay? So there are many things to be noticed about this camera, but I want to start with my favorite aspect, the front axis design. It's what we said before. We want a camera that's practical. And what better than no longer having to uninstall the camera to replace its battery or even disturb the orientation to access the control panel, because you just have to unlatch the front, like so. And then you can open it like so. So once you unlatch the front, you'll be able to access the control panel right here. And then here is what you would be putting in the battery, which we will do later on in the setup section. That is one aspect that I really love about this camera, that you can just unlatch it and then access it from the front. It just makes things way more easier. As to other cameras, these things usually are placed on the back, making it way harder to access. Now, this camera is for outdoors, so having a solar panel like this one surely extends its battery life. But notice that it's a flat design, meaning snow and dust won't accumulate as much compared to most panels out there that have edges. But this is not just a pretty face. It does what it's supposed to do. It's equipped with a 90-degree ultra-wide angle length lens, color by day, infrared by night. It has an integrated light that serves a function, inherent to the mobile app that I'll talk about later. Records on full HD, 30 frames per second, as well as audio, with a motion-activated video feature of 15 seconds per clip. The pictures it takes are pretty neat as well. It's got up to 54 hours of recording capacity or 75,000 photos with an included 32 gigabytes micro SD card. And speaking about micro SD card, I want to mention that the camera offers uninterrupted recording. How this happens is basically that for the older files, it's just gonna get rid of them and replace them with the newer files as it continues recording. So really uninterrupted recording all the time. And resists temperatures ranging from -20 to 50 degrees Celsius. Finally, this little antenna we see here on the side is responsible for its LTE signal receiver that it's provided by an embedded SIM card by VOSKER. And all that just to mention the key aspects of this camera. Of course, what else does it offer? What's the user experience like? Nowadays, security is all about how we monitor what's going on. And of course, this camera has an application that you can download, and I'll show you how, that we will explore together and give you an insight to what's new. Now, if you have been following this channel, we did a review about their VOSKER V300 Ultimate, and we met with their team not long ago at the ISC West convention in Las Vegas, where they explained the source of these changes. And it's you, the customer. Now, a company that takes their time to listen for feedback is a guaranteed green flag for a great customer experience. So now let's talk about the setup. So now let me walk you through the setup of this camera. It's very simple. You're gonna wanna have your battery fully charged. Very important, we've said it across the whole video. It's very important for the camera to work. And then we're gonna go on the Apple Store and download the application. I have VOSKER right here. I already downloaded it, so we're just gonna open it. When you open the application, it's gonna ask you to create an account. You're gonna go ahead and do that. And once you got access to your account, I just wanna mention also that this works on a subscription base, okay? But it does have a 7-day free trial. So you can just skip it, or you can go for the 7-day free trial and, you know, get acquainted with the application using that. Now, once we open the application and we've got access to it, it's gonna look like so. So we will have a home option, cameras option, events, and account. So when installing the camera, we're gonna want to go to the camera settings. Before doing anything, let's just put the battery inside. Of course, when we do this whole process, first, we're not gonna turn it on in the beginning. So let's just put it aside for the moment. We're not gonna turn it on. We're gonna click on add. So to start the activation, it says right here, the camera has to be off. So we continue like so. We click on next, battery is fully charged. Perfect, got it. And then it's gonna ask us to select the model. So we're gonna select the model, the VKX. So we're gonna go ahead, selected. The camera name VKX2, perfect. Primer use, let's say we're gonna go for construction site project. Done. Now we're gonna click on next. And it's gonna ask us to scan the QR code. So we're gonna go ahead and scan it right here on the side, on the control panel. Boom, it's clicked. And now it's gonna ask us to turn on the camera to verify the signal. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it on this little switch. Boom. And it should start blinking, the light. The light is going to start blinking for a few seconds, maybe 1 minute. And when it stops blinking, it means that it's connected. So we would have to wait until it stops. For the moment being, like when it's like that and you're using the app, you can just click on got it, because since you already turned it on, it's gonna connect in its own time, but it's gonna connect. It's gonna also, when you click on next, it's gonna ask you to select the plan. You can do it. Oh, it's already stable, so that's good. When you continue, it's gonna ask you to select the plan. So you can either select it or just skip for now. And then it says, congratulations, your camera has been added to your account. So now that it's good, we test it again. And it's good, it's perfect. Well, this is testing again, but it was light up before. So I saw it was okay. I'm just gonna close the lid. That's good. We're gonna click on continue. We're gonna click on done. And perfect, we have the camera here added. So now, if we go to the home section, like where we are at the moment, we will see a little camera icon. This is where we will be able to trigger the on-demand requests for video or photo. Exactly. A great feature of this security system is that you have the control to choose when you want the footage, which instead of a camera recording all the time and consuming storage, it becomes more practical and selective. But don't worry, thanks to its motion detection, it'll always notify you when it's relevant, like it's been doing for the past few minutes, as you can see. Speaking about notifications, let's say you're running a construction site and you have a motion detection camera. You know how annoying it can get if ever you have workers that are outside. You'll be getting constant notifications all the time. One of the new features of the VOSKER VKX is that you can now snooze anywhere from 30 minutes to 8 hours. So if we go to cameras and we click on the 3 dots right here and we go on settings, we have here that says snooze detections. Basically, if we click on operation mode, for example, right here, and then we click on demand, So now when we change the operation mode from standard to on-demand, we'll be able to access the snooze detection option. So once we click here, like I said before, we'll be able to change this from anywhere from 30 minutes to 8 hours. So we can either snooze it for 30 or 8 hours. The good thing about this is that once the time period has passed, it will go to its regular function without you having to lift a single finger. It also has another feature that I like very much, the time-lapse mode. So for example, you are at a construction site and you are building a project. So say you want to share the progress of your project with the stakeholders. So for the time-lapse mode, you'll go on capture mode. Once you're in capture mode, you'll see it right here, time-lapse. So by selecting time-lapse, you're gonna go on the back end, and then you're gonna say the time-lapse here, you can choose anywhere between 3 minutes to 24 hours. So say you wanna take a time-lapse for 24 hours, you go ahead and you click. So depending on these intervals, the camera is going to be taking pictures, depending on the interval that you set it on. The camera is gonna be taking pictures every 24 hours as long as the camera is turned on. Which is cool because when you're doing construction, you'll be able to show the progress, right? Which is what we mentioned before. So it's also one thing that I really like, one of the features that this camera has. Let's set it back again to, I like it personally into hybrid because it's going to be taking pictures and time lapse at the same time. There is also a light right here. It's the deterrent light that I mentioned actually in the beginning of the video. With this light, there are two options, right? If you turn it on, okay, we can choose between patterns. There's either a solid pattern, which is just a continuous glow, or the strobe, which gives it like a flashing effect. What does this light do? Basically, it just tells the intruders that they're being watched or they're being observed. You know, say you are at a cottage or you have a property very, very far away. Imagine you're not even there, but then your camera is there. So luckily, if someone's trying to get in, they're gonna see the camera light up and they're gonna get scared because obviously they're being watched. So it serves its purpose. So by having it on, it's gonna, when it detects motion, it's going to glow. Another thing that's pretty cool about this, it would be the general settings that you get on your pictures. So basically when it takes any pictures or any videos, it'll tell you the date, it'll tell you the time, and it'll also tell you the degrees, the temperature that it's around. So those are basically the main settings of this camera. Let's check out the other options. So by going to events, we'll be able to access all the media that this camera has taken. And then we can access it by filters even. So we can, choose on the sort of detected content that it has, whether it is humans, vehicles, animals, or other events. And then the media types. So regular photos, HD photos, video previews, and HD videos. The thing about previews, right, is that basically when you use this camera, at first it's going to throw at you the preview of a video. And then you have the option of downloading the video in a high definition format. So let's take an example. We will go here to home and then we'll see that there is a little camera icon right here. Well, I set this specifically for video mode, just for the purposes of this demonstration. So we're gonna go ahead and click on the little camera, and then we'll see here on top, one on-demand request pending. What this means is basically the camera is taking a video of me to give me a preview of 3 frames. And after that, I will have the option of requesting a full 15-second HD clip. So if we go here to events, we're gonna see that there is a preview right here, right? Boom. 3 frames of my wonderful, beautiful face. So now we're just gonna go ahead and request full HD, confirm, and it says full HD video has been requested. So now once it's been requested, we're just gonna, wait for a bit. Here we go to the requests and then we see pending HD. So we just wait for a bit and it's gonna send us the video right when it's done. And it's gonna appear right here under history. And there we go, we have the video right here. So we can just put it, and there it is. That's our video. We can even see it on a full wide screen like so. And we have the options of, like I said before, put it on favorites, or even downloading it, or erasing it, or even sharing it. Now, the VOSKER VKX is a robust, versatile, and very user-friendly outdoor security camera, as we very well saw over the course of this video, made with a design that makes it the perfect choice for remote and challenging environments. That being said, it is their field of expertise. It almost makes me think about, my house by the side of the beach back in Venezuela. In this very small town where power is constantly cutting off and that Wi-Fi signals are so weak, this camera would have been perfect, especially because we had this house robbed once, and all because we didn't have a reliable security system. I think all the features of this camera go so well, and again, the build quality just gives me that extra reassurance that it'll last a long time, taking into account that certain materials tend to deteriorate quicker when they are closer to the beach due to the salt pepper accumulation. I mean, ultimately, the decision comes down to what you value most in a security camera. If ease of installation, rugged durability, and cellular connectivity are at the top of your list, the VOSKER VKX is an excellent choice. In the end, the best camera is the one that meets your specific needs and fits seamlessly into your lifestyle. So thank you so much for watching this video. Actually, I want to mention that we are going to be installing and testing this camera in a real life scenario for at least 1 to 2 months. So if you want to watch that video, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment this video, and I'll catch you on the next time.